For me, learning Portuguese, it wasn't as hard as learning other languages as I thought it might have been. I had taken 3 years of French in high school, and then I did a semester of Italian here at BYU. And I wouldn't be able to tell you very much of Italian right now because it's pretty similar to Portuguese. But I had heard several people say that if you want to become fluent in a language, read the Book of Mormon out loud in that language. And I really took that into consideration, and I still do it. When I was in the MTC, there was a couple of days where my companion was pretty sick, and she was just sleeping during the day. And so I had to be with her in the dorm, so I'd get out my scripture study, and I'd do my scripture reading. And I remember one day I spent 2 hours walking up and down the halls reading my Portuguese Book of Mormon out loud with the little Portuguese that I knew, and I'm sure I was butchering a lot of it, but I was working mostly on the pronunciation, and my face hurt after that. My face and my throat hurt, just because I was using muscles I wasn't used to. But it started to get strengthened and everything, and my first week in the field, I really didn't understand much at all. The Portuguese they teach you helps a lot in the MTC, but until you go out and experience it, you're not entirely sure what else is going to happen. By the end of the first week, I could kind of pick out ideas, kind of. I remember the first lunch appointment we went to. They were talking and talking and talking, and then all of a sudden I recognized the word for swimming pool, and then I think I heard the word for beach, and I was like, I know what you guys are talking about. This is exciting. That first transfer was really difficult in regards to the language, but it improved a lot. And by the end of the transfer, I was able to understand at least what the topic was of everything. And I could kind of share my thoughts and feelings, but not nearly as much as I would have liked. But after that, my second companion in the field, she insisted on only speaking Portuguese all the time because she wanted to improve her Portuguese as well. And I thought, okay, I can do this. And I realized that there were a lot of small, like, insignificant words that I hadn't known, like things for toothbrush and the faucet for the sink and a bottle of water and things like that. I was like, there's a lot more to this language than I thought. And it was really kind of cool just throughout the whole time that I was there to see my progression. When I was about halfway through my mission, there was a brand new sister that was part of the area. Not necessarily the area, but the ward, the branch. So it was 2 sets of sisters, and the one, she's like, how do you know so much Portuguese already? I feel like I'm never going to learn it. And I thought, I do know a lot of this. There's a lot more of this than I know than I thought I do. But even if it seems hard, just keep working at it. It'll come. There will be days where it'll just click and you think, I get this. It'll work out. It'll make sense. And people, even though you may not use the best grammar or your pronunciation isn't the greatest, they're pretty good at just listening to what you have to say and being polite enough to have you say it yourself. Unless you're really struggling. And then they looked at my companion. But I love the Portuguese language. It's a beautiful language, and I don't ever want to forget it. And so I've been working on it. I had heard of before my mission, my piano teacher, he had served his mission. I don't remember where he served, but he said that he still prays in his mission language. And I thought, I'll do that. I'll do that when I get home from my mission. I'll keep praying in my mission language. And I do. And so all my personal prayers have all been in Portuguese. And I think that's a pretty big factor as to why I'm still keeping up on the Portuguese.